This is going to be my first of hopefully many different vlogs about different subjects. And the subject I want to cover today is Microsoft and their announcement of the always online Xbox 720. First of all, horrible idea. The reason it's a horrible idea is because not everybody in this country has spectacular, wonderful internet service. A lot of our internet service sucks. So it being always online in order to play anything, complete waste of time. Don't get me wrong, I don't necessarily mind having to go online and authenticate my copy of a video game or my copy of a computer game. That's fine. I understand that. That stops piracy. I understand that. That's cool. But in order to constantly be online with games, even Steam's got it right. You can authenticate on their website, then play offline on their offline mode. That's fine. You've paid for the game. You should be able to play it wherever you need to. But Microsoft is, I would say, digging themselves a grave to fall into because nobody's going to want the service in the system. And Mr. Orth, who come out and basically belittled everyone who wasn't all, oh, Microsoft said some fantastic things. We love them so much. Just because the fans wasn't all on the always on internet thing should have gave you a hint that it's a horrible idea and nobody's going to buy your system. You've effectively destroyed your market. And from my understanding, the way the other Windows products are doing to the company right now, that's not a good thing. You would think that they would design the system to be spectacular, that everybody wants it. Backwards compatibility all the way back to the original Xbox. It's fantastic. If you would just do that, and I know what's going to happen, and you know what's going to happen. Microsoft itself is either A, going to come out with a complete flop of a system, or they're going to come up with a multi-tiered system, which is what I'm expecting to see come out of them. I'm expecting to see a cheaper, always online option, a disc option that you can go online or offline, like the current Xbox 360. I don't play online all the time. I just go and download my updates and keep playing my single player games, like most people does. I do think that, and there'll probably be like a combination pack, or if it's always online, you get your games a little cheaper, or you get them all digitally downloaded, blah 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 blah, whatever. But the times when the internet goes out, and trust me, I live in an area where the internet does go out, the service isn't that fantastic. And I'm sure most people will have the same problems I do with their internet providers. But kudos to Microsoft for firing Orth. He needed to be fired. Anybody that belittles people on their Twitter tirades needs to be fired from a company because they are a direct representation of that company. But I think the damage has already been done of what he said and what he's already put out there about it. Because, oh, it's always going to be online. Deal with it. Well, you ain't going to make any sales. Deal with it, I guess. Good luck with capturing market shares, pretending like 90% of your base doesn't exist, which seems completely ridiculous. It's like McDonald's going all vegan tomorrow. Oh, well, we ain't going to serve anything that's got meat in it at all. Well, you'll shut down all your stores. Same thing with Microsoft. Well, we're not going to build a system for gamers. You're losing it. PS4 is going to own you if they choose to keep the CD format or the disc format, make it backwards compatible. I think they're going to totally stump you into oblivion if you do not address the fact that always online will never work unless everybody, and I mean everybody, has spectacular internet. And trust me, the internet providers, they don't want to give the best of the internet to anybody because they have to either elevate their service for less cost or just totally make better internet anyway, and they're not going to do that. That's just retarded. But I do think Microsoft, you need to sit back and pull people off the street if you have to, because people that sit in jaded offices and live in nice little suburban neighborhoods where everything is perfect, the weather's always fine, and there's no power outages, no online outages, those are not the people you're catering to. You're catering to people in the Midwest, in the big cities, in the little cities. You're catering to everybody. And if you do not fix that, I guarantee that you won't last beyond the next generation of game consoles. Other companies have went that way too, where they tried to go above and beyond whatever they think they are, and they just totally ruined themselves. I think it's time for you to step back and look at your product and your services and realize, hey, not everybody is going to want always online. Offer two price points, offer two systems. And if you do that, you'll keep your brand alive. But if you can't, that is the end of Microsoft as far as the gaming company goes. And if you put a sour taste in everybody's mouth, they won't come back to you later on. Look at Sega. Sega's a prime example of a company that done that with their short-sightedness on the Dreamcast and their Saturn. They didn't support the system, therefore the system died. And they left a really bad taste in people's mouths. They knew better than to try to create another console because nobody wants them. Nobody wanted them after the Dreamcast because they didn't support the Dreamcast fully. They became a software company. And from my understanding of the actual Windows programming division, you all will have to step up your game really big because they're about to lose out a lot of market shares too. So this is my first of hopefully many blogs. And I'm telling you, Microsoft, right now, if you don't think through exactly what you're doing with the next console, you won't be around to make a fourth console. This will be your last hurrah. You need to think about it, and you need to do what's right for the company and right for the gamers, not what's right only for your pocketbooks. Until next time.